ended up staying up pretty late. Up until about somewhere between around 5 in the morning, I would say. And so I ended up getting up at in the afternoon. And I ended up eating both things of this that Dad got out for me. With a relatively short cool-off period between the two servings. Maybe an hour, 2 hours at most. But probably closer to just an hour. The first serving maybe being around 2:30 p.m. The second one being at around 3:30. I believe these came from the fortune cookies I had during the first serving, and these come from the second. Night City and Elvenar currently looks like this. Recently, I did a bit of coloring in on the Punisher styrofoam drawing for my dad. Even though I seemingly haven't done anything, I actually finished coloring in the back of the hair and I colored in the top of the hair using all these black Sharpie markers because many of them are a bit dry. And you can't make them wet again by rinsing them off. Now just strip the paint off. I learned that one the hard way a while back. I believe that one was years ago. Here's where I'm at currently. In regards to the Queen Fairies, or Fairy Queen's garden, excuse me. I'm currently upgrading the Needles of the Tempest to level 5, which will result in a boost to light range damage and a reduction in the training time for the barracks. Of which I've lately started training bud sorceresses because they were recently given something that causes an increase in damage effect from their level 3 enhancement when they were upgraded from level 2 to level 3. And we're heading deeper into summer. It's getting warmer. Dad's got the windows open. I've been working on making a 10-second video for my graduation ceremony. I plan on using this piece of styrofoam to make another resident for the trailer park community for the 99th Dan Hamming. Or maybe something else. But we'll have to see. Though, yeah, I'm not entirely sure on what exactly I want to do. I microwaved the first batch of, I guess, the lunch Singapore noodles for a minute and 15 seconds, and then the second one for a minute and a half. You know, there's some more bronze shovels. I believe I'm still in the process of uploading the latest My Dinner video for yesterday onto my YouTube channel. I always try to be in the process of getting more population for, excuse me, my city. I'm close to getting the Fairies Ancient Wonders. I got a top level Fairies workshop, a top level Dwarven workshop. The Dwarven Ancient Wonders, a new upgraded Dwarven steel manufactory that looks closer to what I would expect from something Dwarven at this point. Though there is the possibility for further improvements. I upgraded the Scrolls Manufactory. Oddly enough, it doesn't say Fairies Scroll Manufactory. Excuse me, even though we're currently at the levels of the fairy era in terms of the chapters on this game. We currently haven't gotten, I believe this is the last I may be nearing the limit for the production boost for my standard goods. I'm currently in the process of trying to get a snipping tool capture off of my King Crab, one of the King Crab videos on my channel. I should be able to figure something out soon. I was able to find my phone charger within the spare room. It was behind the mattress of that bunk bed in the spare room. Except you can only really go on the bottom bunk because the top bunk is covered by posters, comics, and sports cards. A new daily exclusive building. It only provides culture, which I've already got plenty of, but at least it's a building to collect. And besides, there's still Queen Fairy's artifacts to collect. I got that within 4. 12. 1. Another 1. Woohoo! There's an important balance to strike between ensuring that you're able to collect all the daily exclusive buildings, excuse me, and ensuring that you're able to collect all the artifacts for the evolvable building. Anything less than level 10, for which you're going to need a total of 9 artifacts, which you can pretty much just barely do at times. Other times you end up with some wiggle room if you put your nose to the grindstone. And immediately leap into action to complete the task sets as quickly as possible. This is what I've got so far. Now I have an artifact, I can evolve it. and get some extra population and extra culture. Population that will come in handy for doing further upgrades to my dwarven steel manufactory and to my fairy scrolls manufactory. As well as, though, the next two main hall upgrades, when I successfully research them, for within the Orcs and Goblins chapter. I pretty much have this game running in the background as I completed everything I could do for that's event clips or sport clips, but I think it's event clips. Pack for my graduation. It's really the least I could do for such a momentous occasion. It turns out that zooming out on a YouTube video is a good way to make a video larger. It also helps to go into theater mode, but I think it, if at all, it barely makes the video any larger. Theater mode, it's just to move stuff out of the way and try to make it easier to make everything smaller. And you'll have to cut a bit off the corners because getting it exactly perfect, the whole video image is literally pixel perfect. I used to know how to be pixel perfect, but I've since lost that ability and I have to regain it somehow. I fell asleep at some point with a laptop running but closed because, well, that's the only way to get the charge to go back up. And thank goodness for that. And I'm also currently working on the 99 Dan Hamming. To make the 10-second, well, technically 10.7 seconds, but it was still technically 10 seconds, video, I recycled an old Vyond video so that I wouldn't end up with more Vyond videos getting in the way of my Vyond folders. One of which, DH99, contains all the raw videos for the 99th Dan Hamming episode. For dessert, I have what's left of this ice cream. And while getting the ice cream from out of the freezer, which was in a plastic bag, oddly enough, I also got my dad the Twix bars that I believe he also had in the freezer. Pretty good ice cream. I just completed the last task set, and that's what got me my latest Fairy Queen's Retreat artifact.